Entrepreneurs and executives, especially at smaller businesses, are just amazing. The successful ones defy the odds, which are greatly against them. Our experience and emerging research show that the successful ones persevere through adversity. We call this corporate heroism, and the early days are the era of heroism. And yet, it's so common to see these same success stories reach a point where they lose steam and basically plateau. What undermines continued success, causing and continuing through this plateau, is complexity. Complexity enters the business. This complexity can come from a variety of sources. Maybe it's a major technology implementation like CRM or ERP, or similarly, maybe it's selecting a high-end vendor. Maybe it's technology or service or outsourcing or otherwise. Maybe it's the first major acquisition or merger and integrating the two businesses together. It might be related to the customer experience, to improve customers buying more, staying longer, and telling others. It could be getting the overall strategy documented and operating from that strategy, or maybe it's related to metrics and key performance indicators, or cascading those from the org level to the individual, and then inspecting what you expect, and reinforcing those with standard operating procedures, training, and performance management. Or maybe it's even launching a highly innovative or major new product or service, even an entire division, without distracting your core business. Regardless of the source, with growth, complexity enters the business. And what we see is that same heroism that drove the early entrepreneurial success just isn't enough to push through that complexity. In addition to the heroism, something else is needed. And what is needed is what many describe as the difference between working on versus working in the business. That's how businesses can cut through complexity and avoid the plateau. A lot of smaller businesses, they cringe when they hear these terms like governance and sales operations, program management, and operational excellence. They feel, and somewhat rightfully so, that these are disciplines that are really just for large enterprise corporations. And this is what's interesting. It's true that if you took those same approaches used in large enterprises and dropped them into smaller businesses, they would fail. They're just too cumbersome and they're overkill. So what's needed is to take those proven concepts that work in corporate America and to tailor those to smaller organizations. This isn't easy, and it's what we've spent years doing and now have finally honed in the Perigee Achieve model.